Hello everyone, doing the Week 5 CFL recap here today. Now before we start, please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new. Now let's get to it. And of course we'll be talking about Calgary at Edmonton, and the Stampeders were able to pick up a huge 49-6 win over their provincial rivals. This game was ugly, and not just because of the weather. Trey Ford got hurt in the affair, which led to Nick Arbuckle being thrown out there to the fray, and then Kai Loxley, of course, later was being sent out there. Thinking back on this, it was a 14-3 game going into the half. Wouldn't be that close by the end of it, as Peyton Logan was able to give Elks fans nightmares, had that big return for a touchdown, and then of course had a touchdown right after that for Calgary, and later on got to see Cam Judge score for the Stampeders on a 63-yard fumble return TD. And then, this was just a game where they were able to score in all three phases of the game. And Blake Henry also 150 yards on the day with a 89-yard TD. And all around, very good for them. And of course, for Calgary, 4-0 now. Pretty convincing win. Some of their other wins, they've had to fight and claw their way back. This one was good. Maybe not against the best team, but a win nonetheless. And then we got to see the Ottawa game at Saskatchewan. It was a 28-13 win for the Rough Riders. The game started out close. Gradually, as it seems to be with Saskatchewan, they were able to just grind it out, pull out the lead just a little bit farther as the game clicked on. The 1-2 punch of Frankie Hickson and Jamal Morrow is really exciting to watch. Hickson had that 63-yard major to give the Riders a 19-6 lead. I think he had like 90-some yards on 5 carries on the day. Really cool to see that for them, and I really am buying into what I'm seeing from Morrow. And, you had Powell, who was back in his debut against the Stampeders, or not the Stampeders, but the Rough Riders, as he went back to Ottawa, had 58 yards on 11 carries. But back to Saskatchewan, their offense was able to click all around. You had Schaefer Baker and Williams score from a few Fajardo passes, and Fajardo was like 17 for 22 and was able to, again, put together a good performance. The team was able to put up points. Defense, of course, was able to limit points, but that game was not centered around the Rough Riders necessarily, more around a certain player. Garrett Marino, his hit on Jeremiah Mazzoli, and the aftermath of all of that. Still don't know what's going to happen. Don't know if Mazzoli is going to be out long term or if Marino will face a suspension release. Maybe we'll have to see. Did a video on that. Put that up here for you to watch if you haven't seen it yet. Do apologize. It was outside. And then, of course, moving on to the final game of the week, Winnipeg at BC. This game was not what I wanted it to be at all as a Lions fan. The Blue Bombers took out the win. I believe they won 43-22. This game, oh man, I don't even know where to start. Started off on the wrong foot, had that 97-yard return by Grant, and that just really sent it to where I didn't want it to go. Jeff Coat had that interception, and then I believe it was Schoen that scored that next TD for them to make it a 14-0 lead in the first quarter. The onslaught would continue as the Blue Bombers built up a 24-0 lead. Man, I hate to think about that game so much. BC, they would make it 24-14, so it was watchable, and that was really as close as we got in the ball game. Again, Schoen was able to have a day, had 8 receptions, 417 yards, scored twice, and we saw a very interesting thing out of Winnipeg's backfield. They didn't run a crazy amount, I felt like, and then it was Johnny Augustine got the majority of the carries, and I get him and Brady Oliveira, who is the guy that I thought, and I think some people thought could be the person that would be the main back, but of course, Johnny has had better luck this year. Johnny had 12 carries, Brady had 7, so looks like for now, Johnny is going to be the main guy in the backfield. Of course, kind of splitting carries, but we'll have to see how that story develops. And Rourke had some good moments in this one, some of those being the rhymes. At the end of the day, though, Winnipeg able to flex their muscle and show that they are by far still the best team in the league right now. And in my opinion, I think that this is something I thought for a second too. I think I have it Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, and BC. Do I think BC could beat either team? Yes, on a good day, but I think that they're going to have to get some learning experiences from this, and it's good to get your can kicked every once in a while. So for them. We'll have to see how it goes. What were your thoughts on the games this week? Only 3, but hey, what were they? Let me know down below in the comments. Please make sure to like this video if you are new. Subscribe to the channel as well. I apologize for the background today. I know it's kind of dark. We are doing just a very minor tweak to the setup we have now, but we're waiting for something to come in, and so that's why we're out here today. But yeah, everybody, please make sure to like and subscribe. Stay safe. Have a great night.